Hi, Algebra. So we're going to do a little bit of review this week, and here we go. Feel free to stop the video when you need to. We're going to start off with polynomials, which have non-negative powers. Here are a couple examples, or excuse me, a few examples of monomials. They're just a single term. Remember, terms when we're adding or subtracting. And so this is the product of two factors, but that's still a term. Now, when we get to binomials, monomials are 1, right? Binomials are 2. So we have x plus 2 as an example. And then we have, let's go with x squared minus 4, okay? Trinomials have 3 terms in them. And so we'll go with a squared minus a plus 4. And then over here, this is going to be x cubed minus 3x squared plus 15x minus 7. And that's a polynomial. It's more than 3 terms. By the way, everything I just wrote was in standard form. Standard form is when the variable expressions come before the constant. So if you look, the variable expressions are before the constant, right, every single time. And then the variable expressions are also in exponential order. 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, okay? So here are a couple examples of that. Negative 3n squared plus 5n to the 4th, okay? This is not in standard form. The exponents are not in order. So we're going to put the positive 5n to the 4th in the front with the negative 3n squared in the back. And now it's in standard form. Once again, negative 7 plus 9x squared plus 4x, okay? Not in exponential order. I'm sorry, in standard form, excuse me. Let's put it in exponential order. So the positive 9x squared followed by the positive 4x, and then at the tail end of everything is the constant. Now, degrees of monomials, those are the sums of the variables' exponents. Our first example is going to be 5x, okay? The variable is x, the exponent is 1, so this is the first degree, okay? The second example is 2y cubed z squared, okay? The variables are y and z. They both have exponents of 3 and 2. The sum is 5. So this is a 5th degree. 7w to the 4th y to the negative cube. The variables are w and y. The exponents are 4 and negative 3. And the sum is 1. All right? And then finally, this one, 3.5. 3.5 is different. First of all, it doesn't have a variable. If it doesn't have a variable, then there's no exponent to look at. So then this is the 0 degree. All right, now, degrees of polynomials. This one's going to be in standard form on purpose. So it's x squared plus 3x plus 2. And what we do is we look for the greatest of all the degrees of the terms. So this has a 1, this is a 2, so this is a 2nd degree, okay? On this one, we're going to go with 6 plus x cubed minus x squared. First thing I want to point out, it's not in standard form, okay? Let's put it in standard form. So this is going to be x cubed minus x squared plus 6. And now what we can do is we can look at the degrees that we have of the two terms, and we'll say that this is a 3rd degree polynomial. And my last example, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to go with 3 plus x squared, and so the correct standard form for this will be x squared plus 3. And this is a 2nd degree polynomial. The only other thing I want to add to this is this would be classified as a trinomial. This would also be classified as a trinomial. And this would be classified as a binomial. You know, normally I take much more time during class to go over this, but you have the luxury of pausing and playing as you need to, okay? Make sure your notes reflect that, okay? Take care.